The roots of college football began on November 6, 1869 in New Brunswick, New Jersey. The game was between Princeton University and Rutgers University, which at the time were both named national champions. Since the beginning of college football, there has always been a system to recognize who will be named the best team. Currently, that system is called the BCS. Understanding the BCS is difficult. The reason is there's a lot of human error and computer error that is involved. The BCS is broken down into AP polls, coaches polls, and computer average. AP polls are the ratings the Associated Press releases. They have over 1,625 voters. The coaches poll is similar. All 120 FBS Division I football coaches vote. And lastly, computer poll, which gives a set amount of points to each ranking. After final BCS rankings are in, the two teams with the highest percentage will play for the national championship. The BCS is confusing for any non-fan, but BCS Commissioner Bill Hancock has other ideas. A lot of frustration with the BCS is because people don't understand it. The fact is, a playoff would be more confusing than what we have now, end quote. Although a playoff might make the season more confusing for some, it is clearly wrong not to give every team a chance at the national championship. One reason that the system is flawed is because everyone has a different opinion, or a favorite team. All of the BCS system is based on human vote. Even the computer poll, which is an average of humans' votes. In other divisions, such as Division II or Division III football, they have polls that are based off human vote. But the playoff system is fair. This playoff system allows conference winners chosen over higher-ranked teams. Currently, FBS Division I is the only football division without a playoff system. One division of college football that does is FCS Division 1A. Their system is simple. Of the 10 conferences, there are 10 winners. Each of these get automatic bids into the championship playoff. And then, there are 10 at-large bids, which are mostly awarded to the highest-ranked team. This is different in the BCS because not all conferences are represented in it, only the major conferences. The other conferences, such as the Mountain West and the WAC, do not get BCS bids. These teams are called non-automatic qualifiers. This is extremely unfair because they play football just as well as any other team in the major conferences. There have been multiple examples of this in the last couple of years. One more recent was TCU, part of a non-automatic qualifier conference, beating Wisconsin, an automatic qualifier in the Rose Bowl. Many say TCU should have played for the national championship, and a playoff system would have made this opportunity possible. A playoff system seems much fairer than the current system now, but why no change? Even President Obama has indicated that he's in support of a playoff system. If you've got a bunch of teams who play throughout the season, and many of them have one loss or two losses, there's no clear decisive winner. We should be creating a playoff system. It would add 3 extra weeks to the season. You could trim on the back on the regular season. I don't know any serious fan of college football who has disagreed with me on this. End quote. The only reason why there is no change in the current system is because it is a moneymaker. The BCS makes millions of dollars off the championship game alone. That's not counting the other 4 BCS bowls. According to the Bowl Championship Series 2009-2010 Media Guide, the total amount of economic impact on the 5 BCS host cities was $1.2 billion in earnings. But fans have other ideas. The Gallup poll shows that 85% of the fans wanted to change to a playoff system. If the BCS was converted to a playoff system, each game would be a win-or-go-home situation. Therefore, it would be predicted that the fans would show up to the game, and it would triple the earnings from playing 15 games instead of 5 BCS games. The BCS system is confusing. Moving to a playoff system would be better for the fans, and for the non-automatic qualifiers, who get to compete with the automatic qualifiers. A playoff system would remove a human error or bias, and keep opinions to themselves. There would also be more hype to each game, due to the fact that it would be a win-or-go-home situation. So let's break the old confusing system that is the BCS, and let's move to a newer, fairer system that other divisions were smart enough to move to years ago.